eye on what is happening as far as the markets are concerned. Sensex has dropped over 900 points and opened just below 30,000, while Nifty slipped by 256 points. Ajay Bagga, market expert, joining us live on the broadcast this morning. Mr. Bagga, in the morning we were putting out details of how US oil prices also crashed into negative territory. Now it's back in the positive. Do you think that particular aspect could also now affect the markets in that sense?
Yeah, the biggest impact is that only oil prices going down, because what does that oil price show? That demand is down globally. They are not able to sell the oil that is getting produced. There is no buyers. And yesterday, what happened was there is a contract in oil which was maturing today. And basically, if you're holding that contract, you have to take physical delivery. Now, obviously, no one has the storage left in the world to keep the oil that is getting produced, because for the last 3 months, people have been storing more and more oil, including ships, including strategic reserves. So yesterday, to get that contract off their hand, people actually had to pay buyers that you take money from me and take delivery of the oil as well. What basically that has caused is a global risk off. People are afraid that if oil is showing this, economies are going to show a very sharp cut in the April to June period. We already saw that January to March China numbers, as against plus 6% that they normally do, they came at minus 6%, minus 6.8 to be exact. So the fear is there is a global degrowth happening. What will that mean in terms of job losses, in lower exports for countries like India, not being able to export, and lower commodity prices like oil and metals going down? But main thing is consumption will go down because people will not earn so much. They will start defaulting on their bank loans, NBFC loans. That is what is spooking the markets today.
All right. We also have Mr. Sudeep Bandyopadhyay joining us on the broadcast. Mr. Bandyopadhyay, now we were discussing about the crude oil prices, the US crude oil prices, which crashed into the negative territory, and how now, though it's back in the positive, it certainly has led to a global impact. But all sectoral indices also this morning are trading lower, led by auto, metal and bank. How do you read this, Mr. Bandyopadhyay?
Well, I think it's pretty on the expected lines. Oil getting into the negative territory or falling the way it has fallen very clearly indicates significant demand compression. And demand compression in oil indicates that the economic activities are coming to a standstill. We all know that transports all over the world are closed, whether it's a road or airlines, everything is closed. So they consume a lot of oil. All economic activities, factories around the world are kind of not operating. At least 50–60% of the capacity is lying idle across the world. So obviously the oil demand has significantly gone down. And the Saudi-Russian pact of reducing the oil production by $10 million per barrel is definitely not adequate to address the supply glut. The OPEC and the other oil-producing countries will have to think of some further cuts or some significant production reduction to ensure that the oil prices stabilize somewhere around between $20 and $30, because that's the best case scenario as things stand today. Of course, the going into the negative and languishing where it is today is an aberration. We will come out of that and oil prices will move up. But the fact remains that significant demand shrinkage is happening, which indicates significant pressure on global economy, which is what the global markets are reading and correcting.
All right. Though, as we speak, we've been seeing the slew of announcements which have been made by, let's say, for example, in RBI to really bring back the economy on track, or at least do as much as possible to ensure that we're headed in that direction. So how do you read those announcements and how they could directly or indirectly have an impact on the markets, Mr. Bagga?
Yeah,
well, I think
very clearly, RBI has made nearly 200,000 crores available And if you look at daily liquidity, what banks are parking with RBI, it's more than 6 lakh crore rupees. So RBI has been ahead of the curve. They cut rates very aggressively. They didn't wait for the monetary policy committee to meet, but they went ahead and cut rates in an intermeet period. Second, they have put a lot of liquidity and they have targeted that liquidity at the sectors that are bereft of liquidity. So they are putting money into the money markets. They are trying to bring a lot of semblance of normalcy. 3 months have been allowed to borrowers where they can defer their interest payments, both individuals as well as corporate borrowers, which will help especially the SME segment. So RBI in a monetary sense has done a very remarkable job, as have most central banks around the world. What we are facing now is demand destruction. So, supply we can make good once, industries start again. When March 24th, the closure was announced, the lockdown was announced, we were working at 25% of the economy was working, which was the essential part of the economy. As of yesterday, nearly 50% of the economy is already working. But what we need now is global recovery that will help us. And second, a fiscal package from the Indian government, which is expected any day now. Over to you.
All right, we'll leave it at that, Mr. Bagga. Also thanking Mr. Bandyopadhyay for joining us this morning as the markets have opened in red. That was our expert take. Many thanks for speaking to us.